Okay, hi guys, it's 8 o'clock on Saturday morning in downtown Cairns. This is the view from my balcony in Parramatta Park, just looking over towards the casino and Portsmouth as well, I think. And you can see the skies are quite grey, and I'll just give you an idea of the precipitation situation. You can see that it's quite wet down there in my neighbour's ground floor apartment, one of my neighbours. The rain is picking up. I can feel it intensifying as Cyclone Owen seems to be a schizophrenic sort of cyclone, in that it moved to the west across the Cape of Gulf of Capricorn, I think it is. And then it's moved backwards now and hit landfall in this part of the world, in Far North Queensland. You can hear if I stop yapping, you can hear the actual intensity of the rain increasing right now. And totally grey, leaden skies. About an hour ago it wasn't. That's a sound I think I'm going to become quite familiar with in the next 24 hours, and maybe getting some quite vicious wind as well. So it's no laughing matter, and I think I'm going to need to take this fairly seriously. You see, my plants aren't doing too well. I don't know if my... that's actually interesting. That's grown quite well, that one there. That capsicum, I haven't actually tried them yellow. The other one in my fridge has gone yellow, and that one's gone red. Other plants are not doing so well. I think that's spinach. I've never even harvested it, but I forgot what I planted, which is pretty dumb. So plants are alive, but these used to be tomatoes, and that's just died in the arse, and that's took place. The tomatoes have done pretty poorly, actually. I'm not sure which potting mix I've got in there. I've got to be more methodical with how I categorise this stuff. And I've got a spare pot down there that I could. I still haven't got the potting mix for. I did actually ask at Bunnings, and they were out of stock. I wanted to get the Yates because I didn't want any more crappy type of potting mix. Here we go. Yep, I finally worked out how to adjust the lighting on this thing. Now this is my my electric scooter in close-up. I'll just switch it on because it's a little LED display there. See the little LED display? I don't know how clear that is. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera. It just looks like a bit of a blur here. That's a focal thing. Oh, here we go. Now you can see it. And you see there on the right hand side, it gives you an indication of what the batteries are, and it gives you the amount of kilometres I've travelled, which is bugger all, because it actually has been quite wet since I've purchased the unit. And you're not really supposed to ride an electric scooter in wet weather. I mean, it's not a bad little unit. The main hassle I have with it, well, here's one. I still haven't worked out how to put the seat on. It's the most bizarre setup I've ever come across, but I haven't got down to the bike shop to talk to an expert about it. That's a real pain, although I can still ride it. There's plenty of space ahead of it, which I just stand on the thing and just go that way. The other little quirk that I'm not hopefully happy with is the accelerator seems to cut out quite a bit. I've worked out how to reinitiate it. You just got to basically push the brakes on, and then it'll readjust, and you should be able to get power back. But for some inexplicable reason, it just cuts out power from time to time. And considering I don't have a proper manual with this unit, I don't think I really don't know what I'm doing. So it's just, for instance, there's this yellow. See that yellow button? I've got no idea what that's for. It's not even mentioned in the guide I'm in. As a matter of fact, the guide told me that I should put the power on that switch, but by doing that, you're not able to initiate the LED screen there, which is the one that initiates the power. So I thought I wasn't able to get any power into the scooter because of the pathetically written manual, which I think is for a different scooter, to be honest with you. So the customer service from the place I bought it from on eBay, I'm not overly impressed with. And they keep saying how they're committed to great customer service. Well, I would dispute that. If you send them an email, you have to wait virtually 12 hours to get a reply, for instance, or 8 or 12 hours. So they're not really sharp on that, and they didn't provide as much information as other sellers online. The price was right, but it's a generic electric scooter. If I get another one of these in the future, and I may well do, I think I'd go for the carbon fibre option, which is there online now, but they don't have as heavy a carrying capacity. I'm a little over 80 kilos, so this one's got 100 kilo carrying capacity. The carbon fibre unit, which is fantastically light, only will carry up to 90 kilos, and that's just cutting it too fine for me. So I need a more robust model, and they might provide that, but I'm meaning to contact them on eBay and say that if they come up with a model that could have a bit more grunt, I would think they would really do well. And they seem to be better with communication, so that's something to keep in mind. But look, it seems to work. I haven't used it very often. I've probably only ridden it properly about 4 times. So I'm not going to be using it as much as I thought I would. I still want to walk because I want the exercise, so I'm not worried about that. But look, I might take it out on a long journey at some stage. We'll see. But you know, it's 21 kilos, and I've had to actually work out a way of getting the unit up the 2 flights of stairs here. So what I've done is I've bought these planks, which are 1.85 metres in length. Bought 2 of them from Bunnings, and I'll just slot them together and hopefully the scooter will be able to power itself up the 2 flights of stairs, because it's a pain carrying 21 kilos up, especially after you've just finished your trip. It's the last thing you want to be doing is then going to basically have to carry a 21 kilo unit. I can take it downstairs, okay. It's a little bit of a hassle, but I can cope with that. But once you get back, it's just not worth the effort, in my opinion. So anyway, that's the unit. Look, it seems to be working. It's got its quirks, but I suppose most mechanical devices do. And so far, it's fulfilled its role. So I won't give up on it. I'll keep using it, but I won't be always using it. I'll just use it from time to time. I obviously can't use it in wet weather, and I don't want to use it all the time because I do want to get a lot of walking. Walking is great exercise. So 50% of the time I'll be using it for transport, I presume. So that's my plan anyway. So hopefully things won't get too bad with the storm, but I'll give you an update on what's happening with Cyclone Owen and how I'm coping with it. They've got the Cairns Post has actually got a information on their main page about sort of essential items you need, you know, things like water, first aid and all this sort of stuff. So they're taking it pretty seriously, because the problem with cyclones is they're bloody unpredictable. So you just got to go with the flow, basically. And you know, I think they said it's dropped down to a category 3 from a 4, which is, I think the 4 is the worst, might be the worst. I think it's like 150 to 200 kilometre winds if you're in the centre of it, so that's pretty nasty. I'm expecting us to have some fairly wild storms here, but maybe, you know, hopefully the wind won't be that bad. But I am on the top floor here, and I do get quite a cross breeze, so I'm hoping that those windows there are actually strong enough to take it. You see that lattice work there? That may be actually a design feature to prevent rubbish being thrown onto the windows if there is a cyclonic winds. It could be a preventative. I don't know. It does block the view, but mainly most of the views are just the rooftops of the industrial buildings anyway. So it's not exactly perfect in any case. So, but if it does that, well, it's I think it's best to keep it there, and I probably wouldn't be allowed to remove it anyway because it may be a safety feature. I haven't checked it with body corporate, but I don't like dealing with body corporate much, as you've probably already gathered with the way I've bucketed my local body corporate, who I think are pretty slack, to say the least. Anyway, fingers crossed everything goes okay with the storm, and as I say, I'll keep you updated as things progress. Okay, check this out. This is 25 minutes later, we've got sunshine. I feel like I'm back in Melbourne. But I tend to err on the side that we're going to get more rain than sunshine today, but time will tell. Just thought I'd give you that little update. It's not what I expected. I thought we were just going to get doom and gloom for the rest of the day, but again, as I said, cyclones are very unpredictable. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.